as we approach the end of the second quarter, I want to take a closer look at what's going on with one of the most forward-thinking technology companies out there. I'm talking about Red Hat, RHT, which you might know as the #1 purveyor of open-source Linux-based operating system for the enterprise, where they give away the software for free, and then companies need to pay a regular subscription fee in exchange for maintenance and customer service. Red Hat does the same thing with middleware, virtualization software, storage, server software, and increasingly the company's been focused on creating solutions that harness mobile and the cloud, two of the hottest tech trends out around, to help its customers improve efficiency and cut costs, the latter really key. Earlier this week, Red Hat introduced its new mobile application platform, which helps its customers develop and deploy apps in a more streamlined and flexible manner. Plus, they partnered with Samsung to deliver the next generation of mobile solutions for the enterprise, combining Samsung's devices with Red Hat software. On top of all that, last month, Red Hat rolled out their Cloud Suite for applications, which gives companies a faster way to create and manage cloud-based applications on a large scale. Now, Red Hat reported a very strong quarter last week, with earnings and sales both coming in higher than expected, and the company closing on a ton of big deals. Stocks rallied around 40% over the last 12 months, giving us a double-digit gain since we last spoke to the CEO back in December. Can it keep climbing? Let's dig deeper with Jim Whitehurst, the president and CEO of Red Hat, along with Frank Calderoni. He's Red Hat's new CFO. Used to have the same position at Cisco. Mr. Whitehurst, Mr. Calderoni, welcome to Mad Money.
Great to be here, Jim. Thanks.
All right. Jim, you know, we always try to give examples of how exciting what you do is. And we got a great one here because our viewers, obviously, they buy stock. And the New York Stock Exchange runs on Red Hat.
Yeah, absolutely. The core trading platform runs on Red Hat because it's the fastest operating system available. In fact, if you make a trade, the vast majority of banks on the investment banking side use Red Hat for their trading platforms to then communicate to the exchange, which is using Red Hat. So that whole system is pretty much built on top of Red Hat's infrastructure.
And a lot of that, none of these organizations would do it if they didn't think that security was paramount.
Well, let me tell you, the reason that all of the stock exchanges use it is the technology to run really, really fast, that we call a real-time kernel, was developed with us working with the Navy to develop anti-ship missile defense systems. And so, you know, you have a missile coming at you, you need to react quickly. You also requires absolute security. And so we were able to take that technology, which now runs the majority of the world's equity exchanges.
Well, that's pretty great. Now, Frank, obviously you were someone... I mean, I always play with an open hand. I revered you at Cisco. I said it at Cisco 20 years ago. I'm thrilled that you're here. Cisco and Red Hat is always, they've had a good relationship. You had a partnership.
Yes, very good.
But that's a giant company. This is a smaller company. What's it like to work in your transition?
Well, it's only been a couple of days, but as you said, Cisco and Red Hat have had a great partnership for a long time now.
Right.
And if you think about what Cisco's been doing in the cloud, especially over the last 2 years, it goes very well with what Red Hat does. And so having worked with a lot of customers on the Cisco side and hearing more about what they're doing in the cloud and the tremendous amount, I mean, enterprises right now, 90% of enterprises are really looking to kind of set up clouds, right? And 70% of those are really looking at Red Hat as far as from an OpenStack standpoint and kind of leveraging that technology, kind of work through that. So for me, and as I was thinking about my next opportunity, what best than to look at Red Hat and pursue that, and especially with the ability of the financial model and other things that Red Hat has, the innovation and so forth. And then also Jim and the rest of the management team, excellent team.
Oh, no, fantastic. I'm also glad to have you there because sometimes we struggle with what metrics people should use because a lot of times people get the metric wrong. You'll have an unbelievable quarter, and at first look, they don't understand what we're supposed to be looking at.
No, absolutely. One of the issues with the model is it is very, very steady on the revenue line, and so we can always show great revenue numbers. The key that drives our business really going forward is that subscription revenue model, and people will get caught up in wanting to understand a short-term, you know, kind of billing kind of number versus really trying to understand deeply kind of what we're doing, how we're taking share, the fact that our customers are generally growing at 120+%,
right.
you know, kind of quarter over quarter from their prior value. So those are the metrics that people need to look at, and I think we had a phenomenal quarter this quarter, and we've strung a bunch together.
Frank, you've been in the business for a long time. When you see that 100% of the clients re-up at Red Hat, that's pretty amazing, right?
Oh, that really shows. I mean, it shows the innovation, it shows the model, and as I said before, I mean, most companies are looking at cloud applications, and if you think about Red Hat's one of the 2 companies that really have a complete software stack as far as the operating system, the management layer, looking at storage, as well as middleware. So it's a fantastic opportunity for enterprise customers to really look at that solution.
Are there customers that actually debate switching from Red Hat and you come in with a better proposition? Or is this just really like you send them a bill a little bit more because they're getting a little bit more and they don't think about migrating to anyone else?
We don't really often have customers that look to switch off. I mean, it's possible that someone might, shut down a division that was using the product, and that might go away. But other than that, we have a very, very high renewal rate. Now, we rarely raise price. It's one of the things we're proud of. We're a subscription model.
Right.
We want to add more value. So most of that growth, when people renew at 120% of prior year value, is a kind of a typical amount that people do. That's primarily all net new growth because they like what we're doing and we continue to take share. So one of the beauties of the model is we take share and we play in a $60 billion total addressable market, and we can continue to take share like that for years.
The other thing I find amazing, there are very few companies, geographically, there's no area that's weak.
No, we've had consistent strength across the board. Really, we pivot between a low-cost model because our products are low-cost, but they're also very, very fast, right? The New York Stock Exchange bought it because of quality. So in up markets, we talk about innovation. In down markets, we talk about saving you money and carving out costs. And so we can ping-pong those in areas of the world, which allow us to keep a pretty consistent growth rate.
The other thing I'd add on this, too, is, if you think about the portfolio, Red Hat's been very successful on the Linux side, but when you think about the emerging products, there's tremendous amount of opportunity to also, when you think about subscription, to expand the amount that customers are now signing up for with Red Hat.
Well, I urge people, the website's great if you still don't understand it, but it's who everybody's going to, and it's really the way of the future. And whenever you get these dips, because like when the stock went down after the report of the quarter, think about it. Listen to the conference call, and you'll know it's just another buying opportunity. They all have been. It's Red Hat. Thank you so much to Jim Whitehurst, President and CEO of Red Hat, along with the new CFO, Frank Calderone. He's an old friend from Cisco, new friend from Red Hat. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Great
Jim.
to see you guys.
Thank
you for coming on. Mad Money will be right back. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.